Right. First, let's understand why we should learn this Excel, and then we'll see what all things are there in Excel. Excel is actually very important when it comes to analytics and reportings. Okay, it is a very important tool or very popular tool which will help us in doing a lot of analysis and converting the data into very interactive or dynamic reports. Every company is actually think about working on this Excel. The reason is it is cost wise very less, easy to understand, easy to learn, and easy to implement. Okay, it is very popular because of these factors. And anyone who wants to enter analytics or reporting, first thing they plan is to learn Excel, because it is actually the base of all the softwares. When you start understanding your say data, so you have to understand how we can work on this Excel, and Excel actually help us in understanding a lot of things very easily. Okay, right. Now let's go and see how we can start working on this Excel. When I'm actually starting this Excel, so what will happen is we'll get a screen like this. When I open Excel, I'll get the screen. So the version what I'm actually teaching you is Office 365, or the new version, that is MS Office 2019. And don't bother if you have any other versions, that is 2010 or 13 or 16, any other versions also not a problem. First few classes it is like version free, so all the versions whatever is there, it will have the common functions or common options what I'm teaching, so you can learn from that. But there are few functions which will be working on 2019, that I'll see how I can help you guys in getting the software, or I'll give you some links where you can practice these new versions. Okay, fine. Now when I open this Excel, this is the screen what I get, and this is called as welcome screen, the starting page, the start page. Okay, so what all things are available here? See, if you can see, I have few templates here. These are all predefined templates or some tutorials where you can go and learn something or use the templates. See, if I click on this more templates, I'll get more templates here like this. Along with that, here I have something called as blank workbook. Excel, when you take the file, the Excel file is actually called as workbook. Workbook means it is a book which will have many sheets. Similarly, here I have this workbook, and inside that workbook there are so many sheets that I'll explain once you go inside this workbook. Okay. Now when you see all this template, these are all predefined template which is already worked or say developed. But when I want to start these kind of, see, if I go here, if I select this is a template which is already developed. Let me come back here, and if you see I have a blank workbook. This is for us to start from scratch. That is, there is nothing, it's like a plain land we are trying to build some house or say building. So similarly this blank workbook is plain, there will be nothing, and we have to start developing the say templates or dashboards or so many other say automation tools, things like that. Now if you want to create, I can go and click on this workbook and it will give me a new workbook. Suppose if you want to open an already existing file or say template, I can go to this open. Then here I'll have so many options. I'll come to this little later. So once we start understanding this new workbook, then once we go to this open, then I'll explain all these options. If you're purchasing a new version or say any other versions, if you're purchasing, so if you go to this account, you can get all the details about your the purchasing order or your username, or what is the version you are purchasing. I've purchased this Microsoft Office 365 Professional Plus. So all this licensing information will be available here. Let's go back to this new, and what we'll do is today we'll learn all the options which are available in Excel and then we'll also see how we can start working in Excel. Let me click on this workbook. Once I click on this workbook, see, I'll get a file like this. I know most of you would have seen this, but still you have to learn it in a proper order, that is in a proper flow, so that it will become easy for you to understand complete Excel right from basics. I've got into this workbook. I told you workbook is something like a book. What we have in a book, I'll have some sheets. Inside that sheet, we'll have some information. That is, we'll have some text, paragraphs, or images, or something. Similarly, just compare to that particular a book with all those sheets. Here I have a workbook, and here I'll have sheets. There'll be many sheets here. Suppose if you want to create, see, I can keep clicking here. I'll get the sheets. Now let's understand the layout here, and then what we'll do is we'll start learning more other options available here. First thing is, in this screen layout, you can see here like this: insert, page layout, forms, all these things. And here I have some commands here to click, and here I have something here, some boxes here, and here I have some place where I can type the text. So I'll explain one by one, and also the technical words which are used for all these options, so that you can start speaking technically with all these Excel options. Fine. First, we'll see about this part. What you see here, this one, this part, the complete part, this is called as ribbon. This part is called as ribbon. A ribbon will be classified into different tabs. See, all these are tabs. These tabs are actually classified depending on their task. That means if I say insert, it is actually used to insert. When I say insert, it can be objects. If you go and check this, see, I want to insert charts, I'll go and I'll use this to insert chart. Suppose if you want to insert some tables, I can go here and I can insert tables. Suppose if you want to insert some links or comments or whatever, that means if you want to insert anything, I can go here and I can insert. Suppose if you want to work on some formulas, I can go to these formulas. If I'm working on some data, I can go to this data. That means every task has been divided and put into different tabs. Every tab will have something called as groups. Can you see this? Here I have this line. These lines are separators of each group here. Each group will have commands. All these are commands. Now the one what I see on top, these are all inbuilt tabs. That means when I install Excel, I'll get these tabs. Apart from this, there are few more tabs. I'll explain what are those. The one what I see here is the default tabs, which will come when I install Excel. Let me go and create one shape. I'll just create one shape. Immediately I'll get one more tab which was hidden. Let me click outside. See, that will disappear. Let me select this. It will automatically come. These kind of tabs, we call it as contextual tabs. Contextual tab means they are the tabs which will appear only when it is required. Other tabs are customized tabs. Suppose if you want to create my own tab, then what I'll do, I'll go here, say file, and I'll say options, and here I have something called as customize ribbon. Here I can create my own tab. If you see here, all the tabs which are available here will be listed here. These are all default tabs. So suppose if you want to create my own tab, then what I'll do, I'll go here, I'll say new tab. When I click on this new tab, I'll get a new tab here. I can rename this tab. Let me select this and I'll say rename, and then say MCE tab. just give a name here, and I'll say okay. See, got created. In each tab I have group. Let me select this. I'll say rename. I'll say group 1. Say okay. If you want to create one more group, I'll say new group, rename. I'll say group 2. Say okay. But for each group, I need to have comments like this. These comments are available here. See, all these are comments. You go and check this. See, there are different comments as well. Let me select this popular comments, and whatever comments, the popular operations what you're doing, that I can insert to these groups which I've created. Let's say I want this set print area. Select this and say add. Let's say I want to use this sorting, ascending and descending. Let me select this group too. Say I want to use this, say custom sort. Let me put it here. I'm just randomly selecting some commands. Any commands you can put, say insert cell, add, say insert table, add. See, I created one tab here, then I created two groups, and inside these two groups I added few commands. Let me say okay. If you go and check here, see, I'll get a tab here. This tab will be available only in my machine, in my Excel. It will not be available in your system because this I have customized for my purpose. Let me click on this. See, I have this group 1 and group 2, and all the comments whatever I added here, that will be available here. The reason why this tab is created is all the common frequently used commands will be available here for my purpose, for my project, instead of again and again going to other tabs and selecting all the commands. I can take all the commands which I'm using frequently into one tab, and then I can use only this tab for working on it. Let me repeat again. This is ribbon. Ribbon is divided into different tabs based on the task. We have three different type of tab. One is default, then we have contextual tab, that is it will appear when I'm actually inserting some objects like this. Other one is the customize tab, which will come when I'm creating for my own purpose. I don't want this tab now. I want to delete it. How to delete? Let's go back. File, options. Then I'll say customize ribbon. Then you can select this, or you can say reset. It'll reset completely. Suppose if you want to remove, select this and click on this remove, it will get removed. Now let's select this group. I don't want this only command. Say remove. See, you can remove this. Suppose I don't want the entire group itself. Remove this. If you don't want the entire tab, select the tab and say remove. Say okay. Done. See, that will do. Suppose I've created many customized tabs here. I want to remove all at once. Then go here, options, and then customized ribbon. Here I have this reset. Say reset all customizations. Say okay. Done. No worry. Next, I have something called as quick access toolbar on top of this ribbon. This quick access toolbar is similar to your ribbon, but what this will do is it will take all the commands here so that it will be easy for me to work on, similar to the customized tabs what I create. Say for example, in this data, I'm frequently using this sort. Right click and say add to quick access toolbar. See, this option will get added here. Say I'm using this get data. Right click and say add to quick access toolbar. That will get added here. Let's go to this page layout. I'll be using, say this, we'll take this print area. Select this. quick access toolbar. Say insert, I'll be commonly using some pivot table like this. Say right click and say here. See, all the commands which I'm frequently using will be in this quick access toolbar. I don't have to go to every tab and search for the commands what I'm using. What I'll do, let's say I'm somewhere here and working on something, go here, so I can click here directly. If you want to sort something, I can click here. If you want to insert some data, I can go here, see, I can use this. So the options whatever I've used, so I can take the command and put it in the say quick access toolbar. Let's come back to this data. Can you see this? I have this get data here. I am getting these options. If you click on this get data here, here also I'll get the same options. Now I want to remove this. The commands what I've added in quick access toolbar. Right click and say remove. Or you can go here, say customize quick access toolbar. It will take you somewhere here. Again here I'll say reset all customization or reset only quick access toolbar. Say okay. All the commands will be removed and it will go back to the default settings. This is about the ribbon and quick access toolbar. Fine. Next what I have is the address bar and the formula bar. Address bar is also called as name box. This itself is a separate chapter which I'll tell you about how to create dynamic range. But now let's understand what is this address bar and what is this formula bar. When I'm actually selecting any of these boxes, see, the number is getting changed. This value what I'm getting here, this is called as address. Address means the name of every cell. Say for example, if I go here and select this, it says D and 2. How will I recognize D2? See, if you go and check this, wherever I select, that column is getting highlighted and the row is getting highlighted. Say D and 2, that is D2. That is the address. And then if you want, you can select any other cell. The address bar is getting changed. See, fine. Next one, what I can see here is the formula bar. Formula bar, don't get confused, it is only used for formulas. It is also used for typing the text or entering the text. Let me enter here, say Malnad College. Can you see that? It is getting typed here as well. I'll say enter. So directly I can type here also MCE students. From here also I can type. I want to edit it. Just select here. See, I can edit it. Or I can go here, double click. Then here I can edit it. Or if you edit here, that is also fine. The shortcut key for editing is F2. Press F2. I'll send you all the shortcut keys. You can practice it. But as and when I'm teaching you something, I'll be explaining where actually that can be used. See, I want to edit this. Say F2. F2 is the function F2. Fine. Now we understood this. Now this formula bar, sometimes what will happen, it might have a very bigger text. Let me just paste it like this. Let's assume that I have a very big text like this. Now if you go and check in this formula bar, see, it is actually still continuing. So what I can do is just move your cursor and then you can drag it. See, I can increase the size of the formula bar. Now again, you don't have to go here and again drag it like this. Once you fix this, here I have a small button that is like an arrow mark. Click on this. That will minimize your formula bar. Again, if I click on this, it will maximize. Again, click on this, it will minimize. Still want to expand, you can expand like this. And click here. See? Like this. This is formula bar. Next, let me delete this. Coming to this place, this is the workspace where I work on the data, where I save the data, where I edit the data, or collect some information, create some charts, show the reports. All these will come in this sheet. It is like a page in our book. But if you see, I have small boxes here. These boxes are actually called as cell. This is called as cell. Suppose if I select like this is called as cells, or it is also called as range. But how will I recognize which box I'm selecting or which cell I'm selecting? I told you it is by address what I can recognize each cell. Every cell here will have a column and a row. Now let's understand. Now if you go and check this, I have this A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. This is actually called as column. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is actually called as row. The one what you see here, vertical, this is called as column. What you see here, this is called as row. That means the horizontal one is row, the vertical one is column. Okay, so don't get confused. This is column, this is row. Every cell will be a combination of a column name and a row number. So how will I recognize? See here, I have the headers. These are called as headers. A, B, C, D, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is called as column header. This is called as row head. Every cell will be recognized by the address. Address is nothing but the combination of your column and row. Any doubts in this? If you have any doubts, please ask me. Then I'll proceed. Hello? Hello?
Hello, sir.
Yeah, you're not able to hear me?
No, sir, your voice is not clear.
Now?
There's some disturbance, sir. Your voice is breaking.
Now? Now is it? Hello? Is it audible now?
No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
No? 1 minute.
Sir, it is audible but not clear.
1 minute. I'm just. Now is it audible? I just changed the
Yes,
settings.
sir.
Now is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Any doubts in this? Whatever we learned now. If you have any doubts, please ask. Hello. Okay. We'll continue.
No, sir.
Okay. Let's proceed. Okay. Fine. So we were actually discussing about the row headers and the column headers, and we also discussed about the cell, which is a combination of column and row. Now, before proceeding with this workspace, let's understand few things here. So we learned about the column and the row. Guys, if you're not able to hear or if you're not able to understand anything, please unmute and then speak to me, because here only you guys are there. Okay, I've kept only you people here so that it will be easy for you, comfortable for you to speak. Understood? So if you are not able to understand anything, please stop me there and ask me questions. So I want this to be like a classroom only. Okay, don't think that it's an online training, so if we keep speaking, I'll listen and then I'll take the video and start learning. Don't do that. I've kept 2.5 hours for you guys just because you have to understand it and I have to go a little slow. Okay, so anything, if you guys feel that you are not able to understand, so please stop me. I will stop and I'll explain. Right. Now we learned about the column and the row, and we know the box what you see here, this is called as, technically called as cell. And if I select the cell, then this, the number of more number of cells, we call it as a group of cells, we call it as a range. Fine. Next, we'll understand what is the limits of the number of columns and number of rows. Every sheet, see here, let's talk about only one sheet. Every sheet will have a maximum number of columns and maximum number of rows. So what are the total number of columns and rows we have? Let me just mention here. Say columns and rows. The easiest way to remember, see, you cannot remember that number always. So if you want to remember that, how will I do that? See, if you want to know the number of rows we have, use control and down arrow. That will take you to the last row, that is 10,48,576. Let's go up, say control up. Now I'll go here, I'll say 10,48,576 are the total number of rows what I have. Now let's go to this column. It says A, B, C, D. Then how will I actually count this? Now say control, give a right arrow. See, it will take you to the last column. It says X, F, D, but it is not giving me the number. One way is I have to go and keep on counting this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Instead, what we have to do is, let's go here. I have a simple function to get the column number. How to do that? Say equals column, open bracket, and say close bracket. If I say enter, it gives me the column number. It says 16,384. This is the maximum number of columns what we have. Let me go to the first column. See here, if I use the same formula, column, open bracket, close bracket, say enter, see, it says 1. Same thing what I did, I'm trying to take the column number here. So it says 16,384. That means the maximum number of columns what I can have is 16,384. Now let's go here. Let me delete this. I'll go back. We understood the limits: 16,384 columns, 10,48,576 as rows. But sometimes what will happen, I need to insert a column or a row. So what will happen when I insert a column or row? We'll understand that. Let me just select this and I'll create one small table. I just think that I've created one small table here. I'll try to insert a column. How to insert? There are different ways of inserting, but I'll show you how to insert. Just select this, see, take your cursor, select here, right click and say hello. I think audio got disconnected, right? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Now can you hear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, some network issue I
Yes, sir.
think today, but I'm trying my best, to teach you guys. Okay. So I was talking about inserting a column. See, select this column here, the column header. The entire column is selected. Now right click here on this column header and say insert. See, one column got inserted. Or you can also go here, say insert, and here select this and you can insert, say, sheet columns. See, insert sheet columns. It will get inserted. I can also use the shortcut key. That shortcut key I will tell you little later after explaining all these things. I inserted 3 columns. Let me insert, see, this is for row. Same thing, I can go here and I can insert row as well. As see, insert sheet rows like this. I inserted 3 rows and I inserted 3 columns. Let's go and check this number. See, I inserted 3 columns and 3 rows. When I'm inserting this 3, that means it is 6384 plus 3. It is not like that. Don't get confused. 16,384 is the maximum number of columns what it can have. If you add 3 rows or 3 columns, it will not increase these numbers. Then how it is actually happening? I inserted 3 columns. Let's go and check. See, the column name what we had was XFD. Let me go to the last column and I'll check. See, it says XFD. It's still XFD only. But how did this happen? So I inserted 3 columns. Technically, what will happen is when I'm inserting a column or row, it is just moving your data. It is not inserting anything. That means, take it here. If I'm inserting, what will happen is, see, the data is like this. When I insert, the data will move like this. That's all. If I insert one more column, it is moving like this. Only the data will move, not the column is inserted. But for us, it looks as if the column is inserted. See, right click and say insert. To know more about it, let me go here and I'll put some data here. See, I just put some data in the last column. Let me come back. Now here, if you see, it says 1, 2, 3, the columns which we inserted. Now let me try to insert one more column. It will not insert. See, it is giving me a message saying that I cannot insert the columns. The reason is here I don't have any extra column to move this data. Let me move this data here. See, in XFC. Now let me go and insert one column. It will insert. But again, if I try to insert, it will not insert. The reason is the data which was there in XFC moved to XFD. Now there is no other column. So what it will do, it will give me an error saying that you cannot insert further. Let me delete this. Let me delete the columns. Right click, say delete. See? Now what is happening is it is actually not deleting the column. It is moving your data towards my left hand side. When I say insert, it will move towards my right hand side. If I say delete, it will move towards my left hand side. Same rules apply to your row as well. Right click, say delete. See, right click, insert. When I say insert, the data will move bottom. If I say delete, the data will move top. Keep this in mind because these technical things are very much important. See, the last column name will be XFD. The total number of columns will be 16,384. The total number of rows is 10,48,576. Okay, fine. Next step, how to use the shortcut keys. One is I'll try to select the entire column. How to select entire column? Let's say I want to select entire column. Put it in a separate sheet and I'll say select entire column. I'll use control spacebar. So here see control and spacebar. Entire column is selected. See control spacebar. So here I'll use control plus spacebar. It will select the entire column. I want to select the entire row. I'll mention here entire row. Then I'll use shift spacebar. See. Now let me select this control spacebar. I'll use control minus. It is deleting the column. Say delete column. say control minus sign. Suppose if you want to delete a row, say shift spacebar and control minus. Once I select either column or row, I can use control minus to delete the entire column or entire row. Why I'm telling all these shortcut keys is, when you practice more of shortcut keys, it will become easy for you to work and you can save a lot of time as well. And it will make you expert as well. How to learn this? It all comes by experience. So don't by heart any shortcut keys. Keep working, and by practice that will come on your fingertips and you'll start using it wherever it is applicable. Okay, fine. Let me delete this and I'll delete this. So we understood about the columns and rows, the limitation of columns and rows, how we can insert a column and row, how the data moves, and suppose if you have data in the last column, what error we get. Okay, so these things we discussed. Any doubts, please ask me, otherwise I'll continue. I'll give it 2 minutes. Just tell me if you have any doubts. I'll proceed if you don't have any doubts. Yes, shall I proceed? Tell something. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, so proceed, sir.
Okay. Well, you tell me at least something, because I'll not know whether you are hearing or not. That's fine. Okay, I'll proceed. So we understood about the columns, rows, how to insert, how to delete, the maximum number of rows, and these things. Next, say I'll come to these sheets. We understood about the rows and columns. So this is the entire sheet. Should I have to put all the data in one sheet? Nothing like that. Suppose if I'm actually working on some data, if you want to save some data, I can save that in different sheets. How to create this sheet? You can see one small icon here which says plus. Just click on that plus. Automatically the sheets get inserted. See, you can use a shortcut key shift 11, insert sheet, and use shift plus F11, which will help me in inserting a sheet. These sheets are actually inserted so that I can store different type of data, or say, in different sheets. Suppose if the data is increasing, I can go to another sheet. It's like I'm writing a I'm writing in a book. Once the sheet is filled, then again I'll go to next sheet. So likewise, you can actually use different sheets here. There is no limit for this number of sheets. We can insert any number of sheets, right? Okay. Next, we have something called as status bar here. The status bar is actually used to get the information, the status. Say for example, I'll select these two. That means I'm trying to add these two numbers. See, it will give me this sum. It will also give me the count. Right click here, I'll get so many options. Say average, say maximum, say minimum. So all the information I'll get here. Then if you see here, it says ready. Let me double click on this. See, it says edit. Let me click somewhere here. See, it says ready. Suppose if I double click here, again it will become edit. That means it will show me the status on the sheet, what actually I'm trying to work. Okay. How to delete a sheet? Select right click and say delete. It will ask whether I should delete. Yes. Right click, delete, done. I can shade the color. Right click, tab, will say tab color. See, tab color. Like this. I can hide the sheets. Why should we hide? Say for example, I want the sheet which has got a critical data should not be seen by others. Right click and say hide. See, the sheets will get hidden. When I'm deleting a sheet, you should be very careful. See, let me delete these sheets. Just trying to delete all these sheets. Now if I delete this sheet, now I have only one sheet here. Right click and if I say delete, see, we cannot delete. At any cost, one visible sheet should be there. Otherwise, it will throw error. Right click and hidden some sheets. Unhide. See, there are two sheets. Click on that, it will unhide. See, like this. These are some of the Excel things what you should actually keep in your mind. Right. Now, let me go to another chapter, and these files will be shared with you where you have to start practicing it. Let me go to this. I'll say Excel, and here I'll take the Excel file. Okay, I'll say okay. Right. The topic what you are discussing now is auto list and custom list. So what is auto list? What is custom list? We'll just understand first what is list, and then we'll go and understand what are these. List means a list of names. It can be anything. It can be a month name, it can be a weekly name, or it can be anything. But it should be a list. Why are we actually creating this list? If you want to create a report, there will be a list of names. It can be employee name, or it can be a product name. It can be so many other names. So if you want to create that, every time I have to go and do it manually. Instead, what I'll do is, let me go here. I'll say Jan. And if I drag it, see, automatically I'll get the list of these months. Let me go here. I'll type a full name. See, I'll drag it. Come to the week. I'll say Sunday. I'll drag it. See, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. In a year, I have 4 quarters. Suppose if you want to create that, I'll say quarter one, and if I drag it, see, quarter one to quarter four, and then I'm getting this. It'll repeat. I want a unique list, say product one, and I'll drag it. See, I'll get the list. How is this happening? Let's go and understand. See, what will happen is when I'm actually dragging this, so what you see here, this is called as fill handle. I'll say one, and I'll drag it. It gives me 1 1 1 1 1 only. Let me go here and I'll say 1 and 2. I'll select these two and then I'll drag it. It gives me 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. That means I'm getting a serial number. Let me go here and I'll say 1 and 5, and if I drag this, see, it is giving me the difference of this 5 and 1. Here also it is giving me the difference of 2 and 1. That means 2 minus 1 is 1. So next number will be 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1. Same thing here. Say 1 and 5. 5 minus 1 is 4. So it is 5 plus 4, 9 plus 4, 13 plus 4. It goes on. So whatever number you give, say 1 and say 9, see the difference between these two is 8. Now if I drag this, say 1 plus 8, 9 plus 8, 17 plus 8, 25 plus 8, so it goes on. So likewise I can use this list. Say when I drag it like this, I'll get the result. And what you see here, this button, this small the box, that is called as fill handle. Sometimes what will happen is I'm not able to drag it, so don't bother. See, when I move my cursor to that box, see, it will get changed. Let me go to this file and say options, and here I have something called as advanced, and then it says enable fill handle. Click on this, say okay. See, now I cannot drag it. See the cursor, it will not change. The reason is the fill handle is disabled now. Suppose if you want to enable it, I can go here, file, options, and say advanced, enable, say okay. Now I can again drag it. Next one, custom list. Custom list means it is actually creating a list. That is, I'm trying to create my own list. If you go and check this, we just tried this 1 and 2, I dragged it, I got the serial number like this. But same thing may not be applied for this alphabets. I'm getting here because I've already created it. Let's go and see how I can create this custom list. Let's go to this file and say options, go to advanced, scroll down. Here I have something called as edit custom list. Click on this edit custom list. See, you have this Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay, so all these are actually, see, they are disabled. That means these are the list which is already inbuilt. This we saw in our auto list. But if you see this A, B, C, D, and whatever you see here, these two, let me delete this. Let me delete this. See, they got deleted. Now if I go here, see, it will not. Let's go here, file, options, advanced, scroll down, edit custom list. See, that is not there. If you want to create, what I'll do, I'll go here, select the range. How to select? Select the first cell, control shift down arrow, and then I'll say file, and then I'll say options, advanced, scroll down, edit custom list, say import. See, that will get imported here, and I'll say okay. Say okay. Now if I just say A and drag it, see, I'll get this ABC. Fine, let's go to this another list. Let me select this, file, options, say advanced, and if I scroll down, say edit custom list, I'll say import. See, and then I'll say okay. Say okay. Let's go on top. Now I'll just type one of the list here, say Afghanistan, and I'll drag it. See, I'll get the list here. Just drag it. See, but here there is a limit. I can add only 172 items in the list. Okay, so I can add only 172 items in the list. If you go and check this, see here, let's scroll down. After this New Zealand, can you see that? Again, it is starting from Afghanistan. That means let's go and count this. See, it says 172. I have only 107. That is the maximum. So when you are creating a list, it is 172 is the maximum list what I can have in a list. So 172 items in a list. Now, what is the purpose of creating this list? Say, I'll go to a new worksheet. Control N is the shortcut key. Now, let me just type here one of the names, in that list, and I'll drag it. See, I'll get the list. Even if I'm closing this Excel file and opening a new Excel file, I still get this list. Now, let me go back. Let's say I have a list of candidates here, say the students here. Let me just type, say Srinidhi, Shreya, let's say Nidhi Raj, then Nagashri, then few others. Okay, whatever. Now, if you see this, every time I don't have to go and keep typing your names. I'll just create one list. Select this file, say options, go to advanced, scroll down. You have this edit custom list, and I'll say import and say okay. Say okay. Now let me type here any one of the names here, say Srinidhi, and then drag it. See, I'll get the list automatically. Now, even after I close this file and I'll open a new file, if I go here, say Srinidhi, see, you can take any name. Now, if I say Nagashri, and if I drag this, it will start from there, see, like this. But if I'm typing a wrong spelling, say, I'll say like this. Let me drag it. See, I'll not get, because this and this are two different items. Here it says H, here I don't have H. If I put this H and then drag it, see, I'll get this. So when you are using this list, be very careful. You should give the exact word what you are using. Now let me go back to this list. See, advanced. Now if you want to delete it, select this and say delete. That will get deleted. Once you delete, then the list you cannot create. See, that means what I was trying to tell is, see, now if I drag this, I cannot create this list. If you want this back, again you have to go and add the list there, so that next time I'll have the list here like this. Otherwise, once you delete there, it will get deleted, and if you drag it, you will get the result like this. Okay, this is actually called as list and custom list. Okay, auto list and custom list. Okay, so people, shall I do some more class, or you'll practice this? Tell me if you want me to give more exercises, then I'll explain and then you work on it. Otherwise, you want to understand these things whatever we have done today, and then work on further exercises, so let me know quickly. Let me know so that I'll plan accordingly. Say something, please. Hello. Shall we proceed with some more topics and then you'll practice, or you'll practice this much today?
Hello, sir.
Yes, Kavya, tell me.
Sir, I didn't get the difference between auto list and custom list.
Okay. See, let me explain again. Okay. Let's go back here. I have this auto list and custom list. List is what? A list of names. Okay. When I say auto list means which is already available. Custom list means which we are creating. I'll go to this file and say options and scroll down. advanced and scroll down, I'll get something called as edit custom list. When I click here, see, I have some list here. Can you see this? Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, January. This is called as auto list, which is already available. But when I go to this custom list, these list, whatever I'm trying to create, let's say this list, this is a custom list which I want for my purpose. Select this, and then I'll say options, advanced, scroll down. If I say custom list, say import. See, it's a new list which got created. This is for my purpose. Now if I go here and just type, or if you go to new sheet, and if I say, and then drag it, say I'll get the list. This is called as custom list. Custom list. That means we're customizing the list for my purpose. Now let me go here, and I'll say option, say advanced, scroll down, edit custom list. If it is auto list, I cannot delete because it is inbuilt. If it is custom list, you select here, say delete, say okay, like this. This is auto list and custom list. So Kavishri, did
Okay,
the
sir.
answer? Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes, sir.
Next, speak out, people. I told you guys, be very friendly. So don't feel that you are, coming to a class or college or learning something, because this is for your professional course. Okay, this is for your job. So make sure that you learn properly. So what shall I do? Shall I give these files to you? You'll practice, or shall I proceed with some more topics? You should tell me soon.
We'll proceed with some more examples, sir.
With some more examples. Okay.
Yes.
Next is, see how we can use copy and paste. Why that is used, that also I'll tell you. Let's go to next one. That is paste special. Right. Next. Here, first understand what actually we are trying to learn in this topic. Copy and paste is a very commonly used task in reportings, because you'll be copying data from various sources. So it can be from internet, or it can be from some other Excel file, or it can be from some other CSV files or something. When I'm copying and pasting, it should be very very important that it has to be pasted in proper formats. Otherwise, we might not get the right results. Let's assume I have a table in my Excel sheet like this. In this table, see, I have some values, and also if you see, I have some formula here. If I copy this, let's say copy means what? So shortcut key Control C. I'm just trying to copy. Say Control C, and I'll say Control V. If I paste it, see, I want this value, but I'm getting something else. Let me go here, so paste it. See, I'm getting some other result. But what I want is, I want this value. Like I want 269.75. Say 399.19, something like this. So I don't want the formula to be pasted, but I want the value to be pasted. So in that case, what I'll do is, see, I'll go here, say Control C, just copy that, Control C. How to select? Select the first cell, Control Shift down arrow, it will select the entire column till the data is available. Say Control C, and here I'll select one cell. While pasting, don't say Control V. So what we should do, either I'll right click and say paste special, or I'll go to this home, and here I have this paste, I'll say paste special, or I have a shortcut key Alt ES. Once I do this, see, still I can see that this is called as mark you. What I can see when they say copy, that will be keep moving like this. This is called as marquee. I'll click on this values and say okay. See, now there is no formula, only the values have been pasted. Next one, suppose I have a table which is not formatted. Now what I'll do, I'll copy this, the formatted table. Go here, Alt ES, and here I have formats. This time I'm pasting only the formats, not the values. If I say OK, see, the entire table will get formatted. Next, column width. Now can you see this? The table is formatted, but the column widths are not proper. Let me select this table. Here if you see, I have a table which has got a proper column width. Select this table, Alt ES, again paste special. This time I'll use column width and say OK. See? Next one, skip blanks. Skip blanks means copying and pasting, but wherever I have blanks, that should be skipped. Let me select this and I'll go here. When I'm pasting, say Alt ES, I will click on the skip blanks, so that, let me just go here and again explain these values which are blank. If I go here and say Control V, see what will happen. When the blanks are also pasted, I don't want the blanks to be pasted. So what I'll do, I'll say Alt ES and I'll click on the skip blanks and say OK. See, this part is not used, means it is not pasted. Wherever I have blank, here nothing will be changed. Wherever I have values, it will be replaced. Let's go here, operations. Operation means I'm trying to do some calculations on this. Let me type some value, let's say 123. I want to divide this number with all these values. Then what I'll do is I'll say copy and I will select this, Alt ES, and I'll say divide. And I'll select these values so that only the values are actually used, not the formats. Say okay. See, I'll get the result here. I have the data in column wise. I want to paste it in row wise. Copy this, say Alt ES, and here I have something called as transpose. Click on this, the data is pasted in transpose like this. That means the data is in column wise, paste it in row wise. If it is in row wise, it will paste in column wise. Okay, so this is for copying and pasting. Let me repeat again. Say paste values, that is if I have a formula or in any other format, I just want to paste the values, copy it and paste it as values. Format, if I have formatted table or formatted numbers, if you want to copy the same formats, I can copy and paste it in the unformatted data. Column width, if I have a table which has got this column width, I can copy this and I can paste it in the table where I need to adjust the column width. Skip blanks, I have a data here, and if you want to paste the data except the blank values, then I can copy and paste it so that the blank values are skipped. Operations, it will have a value wherein I can use that for doing any calculations. If you want to copy and paste the data which is in column to row or row to column, then I can use transpose. Okay, any doubts in this? People?
No, sir.
No doubts?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, shall we proceed? Yes, no. Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Next is we'll see how we can format the data. See here, we go to this formats, already add a table, copied and pasted. But what if I don't have a format at all? So what we'll do is we'll see how we can format the data from scratch. The next chapter will be to format. I have a data here. I need to format it. Format means making the data in a presentable way. The first thing what we should actually keep in mind is when I'm actually trying to show a data or present a data, it should be readable. It should not get cut. If you see here, see the data is getting cut in this position. Data is cutting here, which I'm not able to read properly. Let's go to view and say headings. See, what you do is first put a border for this so that I'll know till where the data is available. Let me select this and I'll use a shortcut key, that is Control 1. Keep this shortcut key in mind always. Say Control plus 1 is a shortcut key which will help me in formatting anything in Excel. Control plus 1. Let me select this and right arrow. That means I'm selecting the entire table. I'll use Control 1. When I say Control 1, I'll get the format dialog box. Go to border. Select any of the colors you want. Let me select this color. And you can give a border like this. You can see here how the border is available. I can use any of these styles. These are called as solid line. These are called as dotted line. You can see solid line means there is no break. Dotted means you can find some dots here. Now I'll say OK. See, the table got formatted. If you see here, can you see this? The data is actually getting cut here. So what I'll do, I want to adjust this. Try to move your column size like this. See, here on header, you can just try to move it here like this. See, or what I can do, select the entire column like this from here and double click. If I say double click, that means it is auto fit. But let me drag it, see, little more because it is very congested. If you see here, see, it is sticking here. Let me give more space. Yes. So if you see the row is actually getting touch each other. Let's increase the row height. Select, and here I have this format and say row height. I'll increase the row height. Let's say I'll give 20. See, let me highlight the table headers. Give some dark color and say white color. There is nothing technical things here. It is just about how you present the data, because when you are actually doing some say reportings, the data should be formatted. Let me select this and try to make it middle align so that, can you see this? It is touching the border here. Say middle align, it will go and sit in the middle. Now if you see this, the heading, make it center line so that it looks good. It will speak about the information, that is data. And if you see here, the border is getting touched here. Can you see this? Let me select this. Use indent so that it will not touch the border. See this indent here. If you see, I have this indent. But let me select this. Make it center. And select all this and give an indentation. See, it looks formatted like this. I have one more table here. I'll give it to you guys as an assignment. Work on this and show it to me. Okay. So shall I stop it here, because we have to work on a lot of things here.